Hello, and welcome back to another Marvel's Avengers video. This is now episode 5, and last time what did we do last time? We got to play as the Hulk for a little bit. That was a lot of fun. Good amount of power behind that fella. We got a little bit more story on what Monica and Tarleton are up to. Ultimately, we found Jarvis hidden away with a bunch of other Avengers-y stuff. And finally, we got back to the Chimera in which Kamala now has a room. And that is where we're going to pick up. I hope. Thank God. Alright. Explore Kamala's new room. I hope that none of these shinies advance the story, so hopefully we can just...
Bet the view was amazing when this thing was in the air. Maybe Mr. Stark can fix it.
Let's hope so.
This place is kind of a mess. I think they were using it for storage or something.
Well, I mean, like, it's been derelict for, like, years, assumedly. That's a Tony Stark computer right there.
That's better.
I mean, it's a little bit more chill, yeah. Hopefully it's not.
I wonder who was staying here before.
Oh,
I
that
should go
is
talk to Bruce.
very copyrighty, I'm sure.
Look around
Let's
some
leave
more
that.
now that some of the doors are working.
There we go.
Give him some time to forget he saw me crying.
Meet Bruce at the war table. So that is down this main hallway. Just gonna have a look to see if there's anything else. I feel like there isn't for the time being. Captain Rogers' room. Nope. Oh, a chest. Of course. Oh, armlets. Everyone wants armlets.
What is all this stuff?
Couldn't tell you. Looks very sciencey.
We should get some nice herbs growing in here. Basil, thyme, maybe some oregano.
Yeah, just like turn it into a kitchen. Why not? This wouldn't make a very good... Actually, it might make a good kitchen. You know what? Ignore me. It does look a bit clinical at the moment, but...
Hope this blood machine thing can tell me more about my powers.
You're stretchy. What else do you want to know? Okay, right, we'll go back this way, because there might be some more we can explore on the other side. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there's another chest, though. Going to Banner's room.
Bruce's room. Looks like Hulk left this one alone. Still looks pretty nice in here. Or Bruce is just a super fast cleaner.
A little bit nothingy, but kind of interesting to see. Wait, are those all torn clothes? Oh yeah, we've got some torn clothes there. I mean, that makes sense. I imagine that's most of Bruce's wardrobe. Okay. Well, none of the other doors were lit up, so I think they light up as you get more Avengers back. Chests? Okay. Let's
Hey,
go meet
Bruce.
Brucey.
Sorry about,
No, don't worry about it.
any luck with you-know-who?
Good timing. I was just about to take a look. Can I get a hand on the other side there? Just push that button.
Do we do some more stuff first?
So awesome. This thing belongs in a museum.
I think it belongs to Anthony Mackie now. Du- 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 du. Actually, it probably still belongs to Marvel Entertainment, I guess, but... Heyo. Okay, I'm glad we looked around. Comic books are always handy. So, when you get comic books, they give you, like, small stat increases to, like, all of your heroes. Like, all of them. So, that can be quite helpful. We're getting, like, fistfuls of gear as well, and there was another chest down here somewhere, I do believe. Oh, it was on this side. Yeah, this side. Boom. We were thorough. Should we equip best gear? Oh, let's do it. Oh, spoil ourselves to some best gear. And some dismantling, of course, because otherwise our inventory will fill up in about 5 seconds. Oh man, I wish this process was, like, simpler. And realistically, am I ever going to need more than one piece of gear per slot? Do you know what I mean? Like, surely I should just be able to dismantle everything I don't have equipped all in one fell swoop. But heyo. Right.
Okay, here goes nothing.
Good afternoon, Dr. Banner.
Whoa. We did
Hey,
it.
Jarvis.
Tony Stark's super awesome computer pal.
Oh, I'm just a rather very intelligent system. A pleasure to meet you, Miss.
Con. But you can call me Kamala.
A pleasure, Miss Kamala.
What's going on?
The war
It's
table
not
isn't
sounding
getting
great.
power.
The system is on emergency lockdown.
Looks like I tripped the security sensors when I
Trying
was
to
in
move the
lab.
camera, but it's like, no.
We'll have to disable them.
I got
No!
this.
Oh, okay, now it's like, yes. Where am I going? We're going back to... Oh, the science lab. Okay.
Okay, Bruce. What am I looking for?
All right, you're going to use the console on the lab table to disable the sensors.
Oh. Thank God there's a giant glowing light next to it. Gotta love having, what was it, tactical sensors.
Oops. I think I made it worse.
It's okay. Just means you'll need to disable the security sensors manually. Look for the little red lights.
How the heck am I supposed to reach them?
Really?
Oh, right. Duh, stretchy arms.
I mean, that was kind of funny, but like, would she really forget?
Okay, this is easy.
It's like it's teaching us about like or it's like it's intermingling like objectives that you would do like in the
You know,
standard game again,
Iron
which is
Man
pretty
has
good.
to shoot out a bunch of streetlights to cover for Black Widow sneaking into a Hydra base.
Uh-huh. That's nice.
Didn't think it could actually be a real thing an Avenger did, you know? I mean,
Try not to go too fast,
Avenger or anything.
so they can finish their
Almost done,
conversations.
All right, that did it.
Woohoo!
All right, come on back.
I do need to know how destroying the security sensors lifts the lockdown. I mean, surely that would, you know, any good security system would be like, oh no, someone's destroying all the security sensors. That's like a major threat. But again, this is from the
Jarvis,
same
let's find
man who
Toby.
had I am Iron Man as his password.
Jarvis?
Searching now. Hold on. Something is wrong, Dr. Banner.
That's not good.
Oh dear. It appears my neural uplink was damaged when the Chimera crashed. It's highly specific SHIELD technology. Without it, I can't access the global database.
Shield. Let's get Maria on the phone.
Maria Hill? Is she leading S.H.I.E.L.D. now?
Sort of. No one knows what happened to Director Fury, so Hill is the only one I know I can trust.
Yeah, I just want to move.
Bruce,
Yeah.
it's good to see you. After my run-in with the Hulk, I wasn't sure we'd be hearing from you again.
Yeah, sorry about all that. Hulk's been having some issues.
You don't have to apologize. All our lives fell apart after that day. I'm just glad to see the Avengers back in action.
Well, not
Oh, I can move.
quite.
Hi,
Huh.
Kamala Khan. it's just the two of us.
Can't
for
see
now.
me because I'm hiding behind
Trying
Bruce.
to find Mr. Stark.
Yeah, Marie, we're gonna need a neural uplink. You've gotta have one stored somewhere.
All of our resources were seized by AIM, and most agents are still in hiding. But I may know where to look. I'm sending the coordinates to your war table. I can brief you on the way.
Shall I prep the Quinjet's engine, sir?
What Quinjet?
Okay, so we've got a... Wait, are we talking to... I think
So,
this... There we
When
go.
Hulk showed up here, did everyone just, like, freak out and run?
Pretty much. And, couldn't really blame him.
Fair. Okay, so this is again introducing us to a main game mechanic. So we'll use this to deploy on missions in the multiplayer portion of this. For the record,
Use the war table
like
to set the
this
Quinjet's destination
is
of
a
your next
terrible
mission.
way to do a mission
The coordinates
select.
Commander
Like,
Hill provided lead to an installation in a remote tundra region. I have marked the location on your war table. Missions that are critical to your investigation of AIM will be marked with the Avengers A. I thought that would be appropriate.
so yeah, this whole like cursor thing, like, is a terrible way to do menus and like just every. I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, I even if they just gave like an option to do like a drop down menu that I could just use like my D-pad to like select, like that would be great. But it's just like nope, 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 nope.
Some missions will contain enemies with special abilities and modifiers. It would be wise to examine a mission's modifiers and plan your loadout accordingly. AIM forces in this region are reported to use cryotech weaponry. Equip any cold protection gear you may have to better your chances of success.
Okay, so like that is nonsense. Like that's absolute nonsense what they just said there. Like your gear will not like really make it much harder or easier depending on specific stats. It's just the main stats that matter. Like cold protection and stuff like that, completely irrelevant. Like so pointless. Right, so we're going to do the next one. So Jarvis needs a new neural uplink. Maria Hill thinks she's located one in an old shield bunker, but Kamala and the Hulk will need to go deep into AIM territory to find it. So we'll do this. We will. Oh wait, will we do this? Oh, I need to push R2 to. Oh, okay, right. It just tells you all the different things. So there's ice hazards in the environment, and cryo damage from enemies in the environment are increased, and there's also no automatic recovery of willpower when critically injured. Plus, we get shield branded gear of uncommon or better quality, which is just great. But we're doing this. So this is introducing us like now to how the multiplayer is going to work.
Did you know this was here the entire
Only
time?
it has fancy cutscenes.
Absolutely not. I swear.
Uh-huh. I think you just wanted to go on a road trip in your RV.
No. No. No.
Okay. Hero roster shows all available heroes. Use hero terminals in outposts and select menus to switch between them. So at the moment we only have these two. If you pick the multiplayer mode from the main menu, you get access to everyone pretty much straight away, I think. Not too sure about like all the DLC heroes, whether you have to do their little intros before you can play as them. But for everyone else, they're just available from the outset. We're going to play as Kamala because Kamala needs the most leveling up out of my characters. So we're gonna work on her for a little bit.
Okay, Hulk, we've got to find that neural uplink. Maybe Mr. Stark can find us some more footage of what happened to Cap.
Hulk just like
hope so.
hanging out down here.
I'm giving you access to SHIELD's secure frequency. It should lead you to the bunker. Hang on. I'm getting some interference. Something down there is blocking the tracker. See if you can find out what.
So I think this is a less cinematic mission. I think this is more in the vein of the multiplayer stuff, unfortunately. But hey-oh.
Keep an
Like,
eye on
it's
him,
fine.
Kamala. AIM hasn't found the
So we've
bomb,
got
but
a little bit of an open world here.
that we need to.
It's quite, like, pretty.
Commander Hill? Hello?
Alright. We're going to get both of the
Radio's
side
dead.
objectives
Guess
as well.
it's just us from here.
Not to worry. I will guide you to their signal jammers.
There.
Oh.
It's an AIM dropship.
Hulk do smash aim.
That obstruction should be around here somewhere. Keep an
I
eye
will
out.
say, this is
I
fun.
heard that.
Like, jumping around on these platforms and stuff. Like, I know it's kind of, you know, running and jumping sounds a bit nothing, but, like, it's more than you get in most of the, like, proper multiplayer missions. Like, the proper multiplayer missions, it's just, like, load in, kill all of the enemies, and then there's not really much else to do. But, you know, little bits of platforming here and there.
Pretty out here.
That's cool.
If you're done observing the scenery,
Right, sorry. Eyes on the prize.
Okay. An elite unit. He will give us things. We're gonna go big. Oh. It's not gonna matter. Come on. There we go. Oh, did I throw him? I think I did throw him. Ah, not close enough. Wait, is that a dead aim guy? Yes, it is. Oh, I think Hulk had it. I mean, we're gonna go anyways. There we go. Okay, on to the actual objective. So yeah, a lot of characters move faster when you just jump with them, which can make for some stupid looking stuff happening, but hey-oh. Again, no idea how valuable those fragments are nowadays. It's giving us a lot more, like, upgrade modules and stuff, though. Oh. Depots are fortified structures found in war zones. While entering depots may require some effort, they contain valuable gear, resources, and collectibles.
Wonder what's inside that AIM building.
if you're curious, there should be an external locking mechanism you can use
Sometimes
to
there's
open
a
the door.
chest down here.
Right, like a switch or something. You want to look around, Hulk?
Right. Where are these
Alright,
switches?
guys, aim up ahead. Can you sneak past them?
No, we're going to the depot. If we can find the switch. That's where they're usually, like, marked. Oh, there we go. Oh, they're right here. One. You know, like, there were big yellow cables, like, coming from the thing. I should have just been able to see that. That was me being dumb. That's okay, though. I'm allowed to be dumb every once in a while. It's my right as a human being. Okay, there's more stuff up ahead as well.
I can do this!
Can you do this, Kamala? Okay, I think we want to go... Yeah, we want to go up there. Then up here? Yeah, there we go. See, I mean, like, all this platforming I actually do enjoy. Some of it would be a bit pointless with some of the characters, because they can, like, literally fly. How did Hulk just get up here? Oh, okay, he followed me on those ones. Oh. Well, Hulk's still fighting, but,
You're an Avenger?
New enemies.
Miss Khan, the shield signal is being blocked by a local AIM security node. I'll need you to get me close to the node so I can disable the disruption.
Okay, let's get close to that node thing, Hulk. Jarvis needs to do his thing.
Okay, so this is one of the bad objectives in the game. You have like a tiny area to defend, and if you leave the area, the enemy gets points instead of you. So I literally just have to stand here. And I can use ranged attacks, but that's it. Until they come to me, of course. If they come to me, I can fight them. But otherwise, nope. Like, this is dumb.
I'm working on clearing up the signal. Just stay within proximity of the security node.
Can I ping for Hulk to come here and do it for me? So okay, enemies are coming now. So then you have like big AoE attacks, and those big AoE attacks will like force you out of the zone. And whenever you do any combos as well, you have a chance of being like just carried out of the zone.
How you doing, Jarvis?
Making progress. Keep those AIM forces away from the security node.
Boop. Buddy? Hang on. Come to me. Oh, that's not how that works apparently. No, I need to get back into the zone. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
I've almost taken control of the security node. Just a bit longer.
Please just let me fight these guys. I just want to fight them. But like, they don't come. They stay out of the zone, so I have to stand here just doing these horrible ranged attacks. Like, if I had have known this was the objective, I would have picked Hulk. Because as I say, Kamala's ranged attacks are horrible.
These enemies must be defeated.
Okay, we're killing things now. That I can deal with. Oh, he died. Good. Where's the... Where is he? There he is. Ooh. Oh, what clunky animation. Takes about half an hour as well. Ugh, I see nothing.
The signal should be coming through now.
Loud and clear.
The tracker will lead you to the shield bunker.
Follow the beeps. Got it. Still can't
Alright,
reach
pretty
the
sure
other
there's a
hill,
chest
huh?
up here.
Gonna try not to let that freak me out.
I think I just had a bike go past outside.
Wait. Do you get cold?
Data remains inconclusive.
There we go. Knew there was a chest up there. You know, it might be the music. Maybe there isn't a, Oh, we're using the tracker, so that's the wrong way.
Running the shield bunker's harder than I thought.
So, in the top left, it tells us how close we are to the hidden bunker. It's not all that complicated to find. Like, you just wait until you're moving in the right direction, basically. They've even marked it with treasure chests from the looks of it. So there should be something in a minute
Close.
that we can
You
see.
anything?
Should be a thing on the floor. Oh, there we go. Oh god, it's going to teach us about vault
Nice work.
missions, isn't it?
Let's hope that neural uplink is inside.
Vault
Be back to
missions are
yourself in no
annoying.
time, Jarvis.
I appreciate the sentiment. It is rather unpleasant existing without instantaneous access to all the information in the known universe.
Oh, it opens for Hulk, but not for me. I guess Hulk is the Avenger here at the moment, so that would kind of make sense. So yeah, this is a very multiplayer
What does it feel like? Not having an
thing.
uplink, I mean. Is it like losing your memory?
I'm not sure what the human equivalent would be. I suppose it's like being locked out of the library.
Oh, like when Ami shuts off the Wi-Fi.
Quite.
Alright, I'm gonna need to check how long we've been going for. Okay, we're good, we're good. Should have time to do this mission.
Wow! Check out all this stuff! Guess we better start looking.
Now, are there interactables in here, or is this one of those, like, really boring? There is a treasure chest there. Where is it? Like, around the corner. It's funny how some of them just get marked instantly. And other ones are, like, hidden ones. See, like, this one's marked, that one's not. And this one had better stuff in it. It's so bizarre. Activate my tactical awareness every once in a while. Oh, something in there. Is this a thing I can open? It is. More chests. This is quite a good mission for chests. Lots of collectibles. I think we've almost got enough gear to warrant me actually checking it out. Alright, let's do the mission.
Is nearby.
Cool.
Assuming this is what I think it is.
Whoa. What's happening?
Yeah.
I believe we may have triggered a classified shield security system.
Avenger detected.
Hello, Avengers. It's been a while.
Nick Fury.
If you're hearing this, then the worst has happened. I'm gone, and that means I need you now more than ever. I always knew S.H.I.E.L.D. might fall, so I made sure it could also rise again. These are the S.H.I.E.L.D. protocols.
I think they've made Fury suitably badass.
In times like this, when it all seems hopeless, that's when we've got to stand strong. So I need a favor. Deliver these protocols to any remaining sub-director. They'll give S.H.I.E.L.D. what they need to rebuild. Good luck, Avengers. Fury out.
Okay.
Director Fury. Like, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s Director Fury.
Oh, so we don't have to do the minigame.
Must be inside.
That's fun. The minigame to get into these normally is awful. Like, genuinely awful. You have to, like, stand on a bunch of pressure plates for ages, and they're tiny, and it's just no. Just no. This, on the other hand, is very useful. They don't usually have this many chests in. Just going to come out and say that right now. This is way more loot than they usually give you. Okay, before ending the mission... Yeah, we'll do this before ending the mission. Oh. Power. Clear it out, otherwise we won't be able to pick up any more. You enjoying this thrilling gameplay here? I'm never going to stop ripping on the gear system, by the way. Like, ever. Like, it's such a shame that they made it such a big part of the end game. Like, if they had just, like, focused more on making more of these, like, cool story moments, like, not like this one. This one was, like, alright, but, like, you know, the cinematic ones, the really cool ones, like the ones we've been doing up until now. Like, this is fine, but it's not the best.
It's Ames.
They must have followed you inside. Protect the uplink. I think
Ninjas.
I can upload the protocols to a secure server.
We've got to get this data back to the Chimera. Think we
Let's
can
do it.
hold them off? That's the spirit.
Well, if they're all as dumb as this one. Oh. Okay, I called him dumb and I'm regretting it already. Is he gone? Nope. Ow. Oh, I think I killed him. Hulk got the other one. It's actually a pretty nice combo attack. Ooh, we dropped gear as well. So the one thing I will say that is a positive about the gear is like it does make you feel kind of like you are actually like getting something. Like there's something to like collect and look for. Because I mean, I guess it would be a bit shallow without it, but then the gear system itself is kind of shallow. So I don't know. Like it's a bit of a weird one. So I am actually still enjoying this, like... Uh-oh. You know what? Are we just gonna go big? Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but it's fine. I have actually noticed that a few times, like, instead of doing my ultimate, it will sometimes do one of my other skills, like, instead. Oh god. Come on, I'm just letting him hit me at this point. Just die. Oh, he hit an invisible wall before he died.
The files are secure.
Nice.
Got Europe. Nice work, Hulk. Give him a high five.
See, then we just got sort of like a cold cut ending. It's not really anything sort of special about the ending, it just kind of gives you the music and the mission complete, and then you go back. It's a lot less interesting than the actual cinematic cutscenes. Like, I'd much rather have more of those.
Director Fury. Got more than we bargained for, didn't we, Jarvis? We'd better get this back to the Chimera.
Charting a course now.
So, it rates you stars based on, like, how well you did in each section of the mission. I don't think these really have much bearing on anything. There's a couple of trophies slash achievements for like getting 5 stars on a particular difficulty level and stuff. So maybe it's literally just that, which is fine. We probably are going to leave it here. Wait, let's see. How much time have I got left? Yeah, we're going to leave it here for this one. And in the next one, I'm not actually sure what we're doing, so we'll have to like wait and see. But we've gotten the message from Fury that we need to deliver some stuff to some Shield guys. I think. See that this is so much harder for me to like engage with already. Like the way they've structured this bit of story is just worse. Like instantly. Like it's not the worst it can be, but it is like a lot worse. But like yeah, the gear grind is now in full effect. Like we're going to be opening a lot of chests in these sorts of missions, less so in the cinematic ones, but so yeah, we're going to continue the campaign next time and go to wherever the game wants us to go. And until then, thank you very much for watching episode 5? Yeah, episode 5. We're going to go for 5. Like, I'm doing that thing where I lose track of the episodes again. But yes, thank you very much for watching episode 5. And I'll catch you in the next one. Farewell.